Good evening. I bet everyone here has heard something about the Amazon, the largest rainforest in the world. But how many of you have actually been there? I've made more than 10 research trips to the Colombian Amazon during the last 7 years with a clear goal in mind: to collect the life stories of the indigenous survivors of the rubber boom, particularly the Muri-Muina people. Since the 1850s, the Amazon became the most important place on Earth for extracting the rubber needed by North American and European industrial capitalism, especially for producing car tires. To sustain Americans' love affair with cars, thousands of indigenous peoples in the Amazon were killed to force them to extract rubber. My dissertation explores the lives of the indigenous peoples who survived and their strategies to reconstruct their native societies after the rubber boom. I found that their most important goal was to continue living in the lands where their ancestors had lived for thousands of years. As Muri-Muina elder Judith Torrijos, who you can see smiling here on the left, told me in our conversations, an indigenous person is not indigenous without their land. For that reason, we have put our lives at risk fighting for its legal protection. Today, indigenous lands in the Colombian Amazon are indeed protected, and native societies thrive again in them. To explore the indigenous history and identity of the survivors of the rubber boom, I spent several months among Muri-Muina communities. I interviewed over 60 indigenous elders, like the ones you can see in these beautiful pictures, and visited archival collections in Colombia and Europe. I was lucky to live with the Muri-Muina people as they prepared for traditional dances, cultivated the land, organized community meetings, and met with representatives of the Colombian government. Traveling for months along majestic Amazonian rivers to visit these indigenous communities showed me very soon that collecting these priceless indigenous life stories is an urgent task. Most indigenous elders who guard generations of Muri-Muina oral traditions are very old. Liborio Muñoz, who you can see here on the right, passed away just a few months after I interviewed him. 3 other Muri-Muina elders died right after him. In a world where colonial violence and the dispossession of native societies from their ancestral lands are still ongoing, indigenous peoples have so much to teach us. My work is a crucial contribution to make sure that these indigenous voices from the Amazon rainforest can still be heard for decades to come. Thank you very much.